Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to learn a powerful meta skill, how to make the AI challenge its own conclusions. This is the self-critique pattern, a technique for pushing beyond simple answers to generate much deeper, more strategic insights. This is how you can turn your AI from a junior analyst into a skeptical, valuable partner. Here is our agenda for today's session. We'll begin with a quick recap of our journey from basic prompts to building complex AI workflows. We'll then identify a common issue I call the plausible but shallow problem, the danger of accepting an AI's first draft. The solution to this is the self-critique pattern, which we will define and explore using the red team analogy. We will then do a live demo, transforming a generic SWOT analysis into a genuinely strategic insight. After that, you'll have a chance to design your own self-critique prompt in a workshop focused on a capital budgeting case. Finally, we'll conclude with the key takeaways on how this skill prepares you for applying AI in real-world scenarios. So far, in this course, we have built a powerful toolkit for managing and directing AI. We know how to use the persona and few-shot patterns to tell the AI who to be and what we want the output to look like. We've also learned the chain of thought and recipe patterns to tell the AI how to think and how to manage a complex workflow. We can now generate expert-level reports and analyses. But this brings us to a final, critical challenge. The AI has produced a report for us. It looks good. It sounds plausible. But is it right? Is it deep? How can we be sure that we haven't missed something important? This brings us to the danger of the plausible first draft. A key weakness of large language models is that they are optimized to produce text that sounds correct and confident. This can often result in an analysis that is superficial. It states the obvious without providing any deep insights. It often lacks nuance, failing to consider alternative explanations or counter-arguments. And it can be overconfident, presenting its conclusions without acknowledging its own assumptions or limitations. For a business leader, a plausible but shallow analysis is simply not good enough. We need to push for true strategic depth. The solution to this problem is a technique called the self-critique pattern. This is a follow-up prompting technique where, after the AI has generated an initial analysis, you instruct it to adopt a new, skeptical persona and critique its own work. A great analogy for this is the concept of a red team. In cybersecurity and military strategy, a red team is a group whose mission is to challenge plans and identify weaknesses from an adversarial perspective. With this pattern, you are essentially asking the AI to red team its own analysis. This is incredibly effective because it forces the AI out of a purely generative mode and into a critical, analytical one. It helps to uncover hidden assumptions and alternative viewpoints, and it dramatically improves the quality, depth, and defensibility of your final output. A strong self-critique prompt typically has 3 parts, and it's used as a follow-up after the AI has already provided its first draft. As you can see from the template, you would start by acknowledging the first draft. Then, you assign a new critical persona, like a skeptical senior partner at a consulting firm. You then give it a clear goal: find the weaknesses in the analysis it just provided. You ask it to identify 3 specific things: hidden assumptions, alternative explanations, and missing information. Finally, you instruct the AI to rewrite its original analysis to incorporate this new level of skepticism and nuance. Let's see this in action with a live demo. In step 1, we give the AI an initial generic prompt: act as a business analyst. Perform a basic SWOT analysis for Tesla Inc. The result, as you can see, is plausible but very generic. For strengths, it says strong brand. For threats, it says competition. This is correct, but it's something any first-year business student could write. It lacks any real strategic depth. Now, Let's apply the self-critique pattern. In step 2, we apply our critique prompt. We say, "Thank you. Now, act as a skeptical portfolio manager." Critique the SWOT analysis above, and then rewrite it to be more insightful for a professional investor. Look at the difference in the improved output. Strong brand becomes cult-like brand loyalty, creating a pricing power moat. Production issues becomes reliance on a few gigafactories creates significant geopolitical and single point of failure risk, and growing EV market becomes an opportunity to monetize its charging network. As you can see, the analysis is transformed from a generic list into a set of deep, strategic insights. Now, it's your turn to practice. Here is the scenario. You have used an AI to perform a net present value analysis for a potential capital budgeting project. The AI has taken your inputs and concluded with the statement, "The net present value is positive at 2.1 million rupees, so the project should be accepted." This conclusion is correct, but it lacks strategic depth. Your task, working in your groups, is to draft a self-critique prompt to make the AI challenge its own conclusion. Think about what hidden assumptions, risks, or alternative scenarios it should consider. Let's summarize our key takeaways from this capstone session. First, never trust the first draft. An AI's initial output is often plausible but shallow, and the real value comes from iterating and refining that output. Second, the self-critique pattern is your skeptical partner. It forces the AI to move beyond simple generation and into critical analysis, uncovering assumptions, risks, and nuance. Third, this is a meta skill. This pattern allows you to use the AI to improve the quality of all of your other AI-generated work, from reports to financial models. And finally, remember that you are the final decision maker. By forcing the AI to present a more balanced and critical view, you equip yourself with the insights needed to make a truly informed final judgment. This is the capstone skill that prepares you for real-world application.